Ismail is the son of Imam Jafar As-Sadiq. He's the eldest son of Imam Jafar As-Sadiq. And in the convictions of the Ismailis, it was the elder son of Imam Jafar As-Sadiq who was more meritorious, who was more deserving, who was more qualified to be the Imam. Instead of whom?
Musa,
Imam Musa al-Kadhim. That's his brother. Okay. This, of course, after the death of the father, because the leader assumes that responsibility in that position after the father dies, of course. And what history tells us, or history books, or historians, they say that Imam Jafar As-Sadiq wrote a will, so to speak, a wasiyah, in which he designated who the Imam after him was going to be, which son of his is going to be the Imam after him. And according to this version of history, of course this is not the Ismaili version of history, it's the Ithna Ashari, or the Imami version of history, that said that Muslims are to follow the will of the living Imam as he qualifies or disqualifies any of his sons from assuming that position. Imam Jafar As-Sadiq, how many sons did he have? Anyone know? 4. The eldest was Ismail, and Ismail on his mother's side is a great-grandson of Imam Al Hasan, the brother of Imam Al Hussein. That's on his mother's side. So it was Ismail, and then it was Abdullah, and then it was Musa, and then it was Muhammad. So in that order, Imam Musa was the third son, not the first son. This will be later, just in a few more minutes, going to become a big issue. I mean, what's the difference between first and third son? Well, this is the difference between Ismailis and Ithna Asharis. Now, there are, and I'm just trying to be fair to historical presentations. I'm not trying to favor one opinion as regards the other. I'm trying to relay to you the information that is there. And we've been doing this all along. We're not trying to be judgmental. We're not trying to be, as much as we can, we're not trying to be arbiters in these affairs of history. We give you the information that is there. You can sort it out. You're as mature and as responsible enough as to sort it out by yourself. Okay, now when it comes to these historical narratives, there's one historical narrative that says that Ismail couldn't be the Imam after his father, Jafar, because he died before his father. How can you be an Imam when you die before your father? So that obviously demolishes that argument altogether. He died 3 years before his father died, in a town or a village called Arid, and that is relatively close to Al-Madinah, Al-Munawwara. And when he did die, they brought his body to Al-Madinah, and most of the people witnessed that Ismail is dead now, his father is still alive. And these nobles and these famous people of Al-Madinah who witnessed that Ismail had died, basically, did the funeral rites, said the funeral rites, and then he was buried in Al-Baqiyah. That's that cemetery that is being almost terminated by the current rulers over there. Okay, that's one version of history. That's what some people say. The Ismaili version of history, what they will tell you is that Ismail was alive when his father died. And he was alive, he lived for 5 years after his father died. Now, obviously you have a serious divergence of opinions here. The opinion telling you, oh, he died 3 years before his father died. The other one, Ismail, saying, no, he died 5 years after his father died. That's all there. They say after his father died, there are witnesses in history that saw him, Ismail, in the market of Al-Basra, and he performed some karamat. These are like miracles. You know what a karama is. One of them was that there was a disabled person who couldn't walk, who told him or asked him, make dua for me so that I may be cured. So Ismail took him by the hand, and the person was able to stand up and walk normally. They tell you, the Ismailis tell you, this is part of history. He was alive. Don't tell us he wasn't alive. And then another one of his quote-unquote miracles or karamat is that there was a blind person who also asked for some dua so that he could see, and Ismail made dua for the person saw. So this is all in their history. You can't convince them, you can't tell them that he died before his father. The third opinion, or the third version of this, Ismail versus Musa, his brother, is that Imam Jafar al-Sadiq did not acquiesce to Ismail becoming an imam because he drank khamr, which is liquor. So he disqualified because during his life he did that, and he couldn't be an imam and a leader of the Muslims. In addition to that, he was also reported, according to this version history, to have been a womanizer. In addition to his friendship with a disregarded person by the name of Abu al-Khattab al-Asadi, who was rumored or registered as an atheist, who in addition to that, being an atheist, believed in the semi or in the deification of Imam Jafar al-Sadiq. For these reasons, this version of history says, for these reasons, he could not become the Imam of the Muslims, obviously. And as far as the Ismailis, and we're studying the Ismailis here, we're not studying other versions, I just threw those in because those are there for your knowledge, so you're aware of it. But of course, the Ismailis, they discard all of these other versions, and they believe, they are convinced that the legitimate Imam of the Muslims was Ismail, the son of Jafar al-Sadiq. And that the imamat, the leadership of his brother Musa, was not legitimate. And when Ismail died, the leadership went to his son Muhammad.